you attack an equivalent number of times if you're parallel to an enemy. So we're going to get all of those, 4 per turn chances for all those auxiliary attacks to also hit, which is going to be nutty, right? So I've just drunk Might, I've got Haste, and we're going to go to town here. This is Early Dungeon Matters, because in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, most runs are decided by Lair. Let me help you survive the early game. So that was just a little spoiler for where this character ends up. Here's the final stats. It was a win, and we had triple cold resist against Orbs of Winter in the end game. With very high will, we had Blade Form online, that's where a lot of will came from, and all those auxiliary attacks. We were also using a Quick Blade of Flame and a Kite Shield. So let's talk a little bit about this new Centaur species. They do have a deformed body, so they get less AC from their body armor like the old Centaurs did. They're large, so they get an EV penalty. These two things together make their early game pretty tough. But they do have Hooves 3, which is a really strong, high chance auxiliary attack, and innate Rampage, which allows you to dash and attack as one move from one space away. The Stampede is kind of interesting. It's a buff for when you're rampaging that allows you to push enemies back, and you can push back multiple enemies in a line, and this allows you to create gaps in groups sometimes, or just move away from groups. It's pretty useful. In general, we're going for the South Wind, and we're going to be a stabber of Wu. The South Wind is the stabbing wind, and the South Wind's embodiment reads that while you rampage, you have stampede status, you gain 50% stealth, and then any successful stab gives you tailwind for a few turns, which gives you a free rampage stab and can be triggered over and over to combo your stabs like a pinball machine. It's quite enjoyable. Let's talk major spells. So Confusing Touch is the big stabber spell early on for Enchanter, and then we picked up Mephitic Cloud, which allows for low-tier combat stabs, kind of like Confusing Touch, but an AoE. And that carried mid-game until we got Spore Form online, which just pairs great with Wu Jian. You'll see a lot of gameplay from that. My ally was Alistair's Walking Alembic, which was nice for poison and a body. And then Blade Form carried the late game. With Wu Jian stabs and Heavenly Storm, it's bonkers. Major items, I had a +6 flame branded quick blade, which was quite nice. This leather armor I picked up early on, which had double cold resist and regen. I did have Orbs of Winter, so this was very good. This is my second pip of regen, which was nice this game. And then Gloves of the Gadgeteer. My god, this thing is good. These gloves empower your wands and make the cooldown faster on your evocables. Very good, and I leaned into it pretty heavily early on. Now that you know where we ended up, let's see how we got there. Here's some live commentary of the early dungeon. I hope you enjoy. Welcome back to another Early Dungeon Matters. Today I'm going to be trying out the brand new species, Anemocentaur. And we are going to be going for the stabber build, which seems to be popular right now. Everybody is very interested in that one. I think they're all the variants of this are very interesting. The gimmick here is that there are 4 wins associated with this race, and you get one of the wins based on what your highest skill is. And each wind empowers a certain set of skills with various bonuses. So we want the stabbing wind, which gives us free moves and extra stealth and things like that. I recently did a kobold stabber of Wu Jian, and it was very fun, and I won it pretty handily. The early game's a little rough, and the early game in this class is going to be even more rough than that was, I expect. But we are going to go with the... where is it? We want the Enchanter. There it is. And the reason the early game is going to be so rough is that their aptitudes are pretty bad. Other than stealth being +2, which is great, all the spell casting is in the negatives roughly, but not bad, right? None of these are -3. So -2s are acceptable, -1s are acceptable. Fighting is 0, which is good. So this isn't too bad. Short blades, which is our main weapon skill, is -1. So, suboptimal, definitely, but totally acceptable. So we're going to turn all this stuff off at first. I think we're going to get spell casting up to 2 and then jam hexes until we can get Confusing Touch online, primarily. So we start off with a +1 dagger, which is nice. Start off with 2 potions of invisibility. And yeah, we're looking at getting Ensorcelled online at 2 and then Confusing Touch at 3. So Ensorcelled being 2 spell schools means spellcasting is pretty good to get online. And then we'll go hexes and a bit of cold magic after that. Got a spectator. Hey, it's Wagga Wagga. All right. So let's investigate our surrounding area. Hopefully we don't need to use our invis pots early. Okay, kobold down here. So you do get stampede and rampage. Stampede allows you to push enemies back along a path. First time, you. Which allows you to spread your enemies out and get rampage again, right? More times. Used it once, he says. Okay. So that was questionable, but I don't think you get any extra damage, for instance, with Stampede. Okay, spellcasting up to 2. So then we'll take what I think ice magic, given how cheap it is, up to 1. Just going to keep backing up here. How much damage does this guy do? 4. I only have 12 HP currently. Like says, I used it once, pretty fun. A little bit buggy, but I think Wu Jian would go absolutely stupid depending on the wind. I agree. Yeah, so we are generally looking for either Wu or not Oka, Usk, probably, in order to get our stabbing build very much online. Okay, so we got a potion down there. Okay, that worked fine. What other spells can we get? Apparition? Maybe. Who knows? Ooh, there's a shield too. Probably not using that early, obviously, because we want our spells online more so. But now let's see if ooh. That's subpar because he just shouted. So we're going to pull back and hope that the Hobgoblin did not wake up. Not Hobgoblin, the, what's he called? Kobold. That's what we don't want to wake up. Oh dear. Invispot. And we'll just go somewhere else while we're still in Viz. Cool, got the stab on him as well. We could take stealth up early too. We probably will, but really need a spell here to support us, especially now that we are running out of invis pots. Cool, there's ice to 1. So we'll take hexes up to 3 now. Cool, there's level 2. Let's get ensorcelled. 16%. What do we got? Zen, Rue, Eva. Interesting. Actually, I can take this and then abandon any of these gods at will. So I think you just take this. Right? Because I'm not abandoning for an evil god or chaotic god later on. So yeah, I mean, we're going to hope we don't get Rue because I'm not sacrificing anything, but I think it's just correct to take this right now. We pay 1 gold, we get Zen. And I can recite at 11%, which ain't bad. Okay. Just open these doors. Should have done this early on, actually. Ooh, we got Snake too. Let's recite. I'm reciting and nothing happened. Good enough. What's my spell at? 16? Okay, we're almost up to 3 on hexes. Mace, whip, not interested in any of that stuff. Just going daggers this game. May also go rapier, for example, quick blade, that sort of thing. That's what we'd be looking for. Early scroll of identify, don't mind if I do. And then we'll mark the others. 2 scrolls of identify. Moonshine's a bummer. Curing is a win. Okay. I think we'll just auto explore. Oof. Okay, hopefully we don't pull too much of that crowd. Hexes on up. And now, probably more ice magic. Gotta have Ensorcelled up ASAP. I'd really rather fight just one of those at a time. Cool. Well, I couldn't keep him asleep while I was stampeding in, but that's okay. So that worked out. We're at 1 pip of piety on Zen. We are 34% through XL2, 21% on Confusing Touch currently. So going to have to improve that. Ooh, magic darts are a big pickup here. What did I say? Magic darts? Poison darts. I know what I'm talking about. See if I can step around this corner. Get the stab. Very nice. Dude, rapier. I think rapier is just a lot better, right? Higher base delay by 0.2, but it's better damage as well. This is a pretty nice armor here, except for the encumbrance of 14, but flight, R-elect, double RF, I'll pick that up for sure. Cool. He did wake up, but I got the stab. Get the stab there. Swiftness is nice. Pass wall is a good stabber spell, allowing you to sneak through the walls. Let's poison dart you. No? Okay. All right, where are we at? Ensorcelled at 14. It comes online pretty slow with apps like these, which definitely makes the start of this particular race kind of bad. But we can just do the basic stab thing for now and feel pretty good about it, I think. Here's Quill Talisman, which I can't use because I'm Zen. Is that right? Yeah, Zen disapproves the use of such things. Does Ellie? I don't remember, actually. Let's do the experiment, shall we? Because it's free to switch. So we do switch. She gets rid of poison for us too, and we can put this on. So Yeah, this is worth switching off of Zen, no question about that. Quill Talisman early in the game is very good and it's practically free, so we're going to go with it. Okay, just carefully looking around our stairs here, clearing it out little by little. Cool. The stampede slash rampage feels pretty odd with stabbing, I gotta say. Here's level 3. We're going to take the int to try to get that online. The spells. 12%. 12 is usable, no doubt about it. So when we get to ice magic here, we're going to step away. I was really hoping that guy would go a different direction. Yeah, we don't want to fight him in the open like this. There we go. Okay, what's cheap? I'm at 26 health. I think we want a little fighting, to be honest with you. 0% aptitude. We want to get that up just a bit so we can survive when things don't work. And then we'll get Confusing Touch online more so afterwards. Hey, Blinking Scroll, huge. Okay. Well, that's subpar. Let's see, chances 51. Use Rampage to move out of here. And then just try to escape, I think. Try a different engage tactic here. That Rampage worked pretty well for me there, I gotta say. I was able to just kind of push him back. Yeah, and Ensorcelled is pretty good on Rampage as well because you get that free step attack situation going on. Whereas with other characters, you get fewer movements, basically, fewer aughts to get the stab in after an Ensorcel goes off. So, in that sense, the Centaur is pretty good for Ensorcelled. Okay, fighting on up. Now we go hexes. I don't know where that ribbon worm went, so we got to be careful of that. Cool, get the stab. There he is. We get the sleep. Nice. The one-hit sleep stab did not happen. Not sure why. We were able to get there though. Okay, so far so good. We still have our Invis Pot. We've got Potion of Curing. 3 scrolls here, so we could read those. And I've got Purification online at 3%, which is pretty solid. Okay, Purification with the snake here is not bad. We could keep rampaging. I'm feeling regrets about that now. So we're going to Invis Pot. Wow, that's just way too many snakes. Holy cow. What does Purification do exactly? It removes poison, right? Confusion, slowness, petrification, weakness, sickness, and draining, essentially. And we've got curing as well. Can we get the stab on this snake? Not really. Now I flicker back into view. Uh-oh. Curing. I've reached level 4, 62%. Get the stab and get out of dodge. Holy cow, man. That was suboptimal, no doubt about it. Too many snakes, and I got myself out of depth with the rampage mechanism, I think. Boy, more snakes. It's just snakes for days. I think what we do is we read this scroll. It is teleportation. That's what I was hoping it was. So we've got that unlocked. 53, let's get that stab and then that stab. Okay. Got it. Got him, maybe? Oh, purification takes mana. I've got blink. Yeah, the early Enchanter. Pretty sketchy. Gets very strong pretty quickly, but at this stage we're feeling a little unsafe, gotta say. Maybe it's worth getting more stealth at this point. We got a good stealth stat. We're about to hit level 5 where we want to get our the wind based on stabbing. So let's take this up to at least 4, probably 5 or 6. I like 6 stealth early game, moving into 8 stealth by layer, roughly. That's kind of where we want to be, I think. Nice. The double sleep stabs. We only have 1 AC, 9 EV. I think it's still worth Quill Talisman over the cloak. Nice. A Devious Dagger. That's gotta be better than a base rapier, right? Devious is so good. Stacking EV and slaying per stab, I believe. Yep. Let's put it on. Stab. Yeah, 1 stack of Devious here. So my EV goes up, my slay goes up. Kiku, no thanks. Cool. We got 2 curings. We replaced the one I use, that's for sure. Dagger of Venom, and this is almost certainly going to be, oh, what's his face? Robin, I imagine. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's throw darts at him. Ooh, Dart Slug too. Okay, and Sorcelled 62. Wow, man. Seriously? Curing? Go up? Eva's still not online. Read teleport. Read curing. Step, step, step. Get out of dodge. Wow, that was terrible. I can't believe my Ensorcelled failed so many times. Now I'm out of curings again. Can I hit him with poison? I cannot. I still got 1 more teleport. Okay, there we go. Now I might want to use that dagger. Let's take a different stair, shall we? There's a Robin. Now what? I think we retreat this direction. Get the Devious up. Step down. Try to get him coming around the corner. 53%, and I fail, fail, fail. Now, 66. I've got 35 health. Yeah, he mites. If he throws. Okay. If he threw, I knew that I was going to get the separation I needed to get up the stairs. That was what I was banking on. See if I can get some of his stragglers. Confusing touch at 11. I could be using that as well. That's the problem with Ensorcelled, is it's so expensive. Whereas Confusing Touch, you just, use it once, you get multiple attempts. Pretty good. Okay, there's that guy. Let's just lure him this way. Hit him with that. Let's go Confusing Touch. We get it. Stab. Okay. All right, that's hexes up. We're about to go up to level 5. Not hexes, I'm sorry, stealth up. I do think we want hexes to go up to 5 probably first. 62% to ensorcel this guy. No, okay. I can't Confusing Touch. Wow, I just keep failing what should be relatively easy rolls. Use my Venom Dagger there. We'll just switch back and forth between Devious for when we're stabbing and Venom when we're actually fighting. Oh, and then we need to check Robin's loot. What did he have? A helmet. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pick that up. Stab. Well, that was definitely suboptimal playing there. 2 Kumas at 11. Cause Fear is pretty good here too. All these are good spells for a stabber, actually. There's level 5. So let's see which wind we have. The South Wind quickens rampage movements after stabbing. So we did get that. And it says your stealth is increased by 50% while rampaging, and whenever you successfully stab an enemy, your next rampage movement becomes instant. 50%. I thought it was plus 50 stealth points. It's 50%. That's quite a lot better, actually. Okay, so we're going to get out of the talisman now so we can gain 2 armor points, taking us up to 3. Confusing Touch at 11. So we're still probably using Ensorcelled mostly. There's Graveclaw. Graveclaw is pretty good too. We have lots of good spells here. Nice. My winds change, it says. You feel the spiteful east wind laying your enemies bare. So that's the casting one. And it says you regain a small percentage of your maximum MP and unleash a bitter wind that makes all enemies within 2 spaces of you exposed, increasing the damage they take from non-attack sources by 35% and also their chance to be hit or affected by them. Chance to be, so increases your accuracy, and I believe it decreases their willpower. That doesn't say that explicitly. I'm almost certain that it does. The wiki says that, certainly. So this is fine for us right now. Well, let's see. This guy is exposed. 63%. Doesn't seem that much higher. Did they change that already? I don't know. Hey, should have explored the rest of this area. It's Scarf of Harm. Of course, we're not wearing that. Not right now. We can pick up 2 Kumas. Let's do. Cool. Crazy Youth. Yes. Cloak of Stealth. Oh, that's huge. And what is this? A Ruined Hammer. Interesting. We're not going to do that yet, obviously. Let's clear the floor first. Get our spells more online. Ah, Edmund, you say. This would be less scary without the snake being here. He has 20 damage on his hit. I'm going to step this way. Oh, he saw me. Okay. 54%. Got it. Did not get the stab, though. That's pretty bad. We're just going to pull this up and hopefully get the kill here. Yep. Go down somewhere else. Okay. Can we Tukumas? 50%? Got it. How much damage did he do now? 10? 6? Okay, let's keep him on the screen. Can we do poison? 52%. Okay. I've got Ensorcelled online. 6 damage. Chance? 46. Step? Nice. Good stuff. We're up to 40 max HP. Let's get hexes up a little more now. I keep saying hexes for stealth. I mean stealth. Let's get stealth up a little more now. I go to level 6. I'm going to pick this up. And then we're going to run away from the snake because we don't have any mana. Wow, stealth up just that quick. Let's keep it going. Take it to 6. Because we still have our exposed wind going on here. Oh, you know what? I just used Ensorced on him, and I should not have because he has cold resist. I didn't think it'd work at all, but apparently it does. With some reduced chance, surely. Cool. I am liking Rampage with Ensorcelled Hibernation. Just that extra turn to make it work. 47. Let's go. Confuse, so he can't Berserk. Nice. Let's see. He doesn't have a weapon, so maybe we'll Confusing Touch. Ooh, lots of enemies here. No trouble. Stealth to 6, just that quick. Easy peasy. Let's go fighting up to 2. More HP seems really good here. Look at that stealth paying off. I didn't get the stab, but I walked up right next to him before he noticed me. Ring of Protection's pretty big pickup. Up to 7 AC. Okay. How much does this guy do? 15 is quite a lot. And Source probably has a good chance on him. 55. It's all right. Stab. Stab. Do I go Confusing Touch? Got it. Nice. The lizard actually, in his confusion, killed the other lizard. So that worked out nicely. Oof. Okay. Touch. Ensorcelled? No. Okay. Boy, we're just having terrible luck here with my cast rate. He can do 11 damage. Still have touch online. Feeling like I don't want to use it here. If I step up this way, what about Tukumas actually? Come to think of it, 60%? Let's see, what wind am I getting? South wind. It's not what we want. I think I got a teleport here, probably. I could try to ensorcel one more time. I get it. I got devious. Let's push this guy this way. Okay. Stampede working well. Now these guys are hasted, unfortunately. Yeah, covering ground quickly. What do we do? I need to get to the stair. I've got a snake over there as well. Luckily, I got the spear guys down. I could pull into here, so I just be dealing with one of them. That does seem like the play. Okay, let's go Confusing Touch. Wow, I couldn't hit him that whole time. Fighting goes up. Let's do hexes to 6. Let's do teleport. Step back, step down, teleport. Confusing Touch is usually what we're going to be wanting to do. Just trying to get back to the stairs and recover here. That was pretty sketchy. We're all out of teleport scrolls. Man, I've used 3 of them this game. Kind of rough going so far, I gotta be honest. It's the apps issue, mainly. Takuma's? Yep, got it. Takuma's on you. Miscast. Ensorcelled, pretty high chance to work. Sweet, level 7. Got it. Okay, was there one more null maybe? Ooh, look at this guy. Let's go. Takuma's at 51. Got it. Should have done poison darts first, I expect. Ha! Did I get to sleep? I did. Pretty sick. And then his own club beat him to death after that. Okay. Can't see my chance to ensorcelled. 62%. Animating this spell would place me under penance. Is that right? Why? $20 plus chaos, 69% chance to hit. Because he's sleeping? You know what? I'm going under penance. Because that's well worth taking away from him. Now his max is 9 damage, I think it said. See if we can sleep him. Got him. Yeah, that was well worth not getting hit with a freaking chaos staff. Oh, it's because the chaos staff became my ally, I think. And Ellie would not like me having a chaotic ally, I imagine. That makes sense. Do we go Graveclaw or do we go for Cause Fear? I think Cause Fear. Like, Graveclaw is super good, but it's a sideways development in a -2 aptitude. But we could just keep leveling hexes to get our spells more online, which they are pretty good, 5%, and then we'll skip Gloom and get Cause Fear instead. Yeah, I'm liking it. We're going to go hexes to 6, which won't change our wins because we still have 6 stealth. So it'll keep that which got there first, I believe. And then we'll go spellcasting after that. Okay, Tukuma's Dance. And do it again. Didn't get it. Nice. Ooh, Mamba. Chance. 49. Boy, this is a sketchy stairway here, huh? I think I just got to run. That's all right. We disabled 2 of those orcs, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Look at that. I had 3 steps, I think, total, and still got the sleep stab. This is interesting. So I can get the sleep stab on the guy with the enchanted falchion and then get free moves. Yeah. Free move. Free move. Nice. The wind's paying off. Plus devious, right? That was like 3 stacks of devious max, I believe. Chance 49. Got it. Sweet. Hexes to 6. Spellcasting is now cheapish, so let's get the spell levels. A lot of poison enemies on this floor, isn't there? Oof. Okay. What's the play? What's your chance of confusion? 46, and I have no way out of it. Hmm. Oh, come on. I thought I was going to get the free move there. It did not happen. Enlightenment? Wow. I'll take it. Not quite what I had in mind there, but let's double check. I'm just going to go to my capital X and then go down the stairway and see what we got. Make sure I'm not going down the crowded stairway. And then we'll do Takuma's Dance on both of these guys. Seems good. Do it again. Nice. Sleep. Yep. Got him. Nice. Okay. 55 max health. So what do we do? Probably more hexes, unfortunately. I guess I'll take stealth up to 7, which is not what I would optimally do here. We can learn cause fear. It's at 14%. That's okay. It's not like emergency button castable, though, is the issue. Stab. I believe we get a free step there. Stab. Luckily, after the first stab, you've got Devious, which gives you Slaying, which makes standing and fighting even better. I just got hit by fire from out of range. Right. Okay. Let's try to cause fear. I did not actually want to step all the way in here like that. Chance to affect. Pretty high, really. It works. It did not work on the invisible dude here, though, unfortunately. So I think we're just going to go up, back down. Dance is very strong against these guys. See, this guy has a very big weapon as well, which is pretty scary. Okay, we got it. And then we'll go ensorcelled? No, let's just step. Sweet. Nice, got the priest killed with the partisan as well. Very good. Now I should be training short blades as well, come to think of it. I've just been letting the spells kind of carry me. But if I had more short blade skill, which is pretty cheap here, let's take it up to about 3. Wow, the touch just not going off there. Okay, we'll bail. I did not bail fast enough, unfortunately. Let's see. Damage is like 10. Okay. Let's give you some poison, shall we? Actually, we'll switch to Dagger of Venom. That works pretty well. Oof. Stab. What's this guy got? Holy Wrath and Throwing Nuts. Okay, let's go up. That guy just didn't want to die, huh? Level 8. Still haven't found our god of choice. No longer under penance, though, with Eva, which is nice. Or Ellie. I don't know why I keep calling her Eva. Thinking of a different game. Ellie. Ooh. Okay. Ensorcelled, please. Ensorcelled, please. Switch. Ensorcelled again. Stab. Nice. Short blades to 3, just that quick. Okay, now we're going to go hexes up to 7. Stab. Stab. Free step. Stab. Nice. Free step. 2 Kumas. 64. Got it. Let's go. Confusing touch. No, I can't do it? Okay, good enough. We got there. Did not get there with this guy, unfortunately. What do I do here? I've got 1 mana. And I've got a Venom Dagger. I got to remember I've got a Venom Dagger. I think that's better than Devious right now. Devious is probably more of a late game thing. Mid to late game thing. Yeah, I think that was the play. I think that's probably where I messed up earlier, is I should have had the Dagger of Venom online. Here's Temple. Dog barks. Probably Confusing Touch. Oof. Ouch, huh? -12 corrode. We're just running at this point. Boy, oh boy. Does Ellie remove corrosion? No. Let's go in from this angle. Okay. Got it. Nice. Confusing touch for the win. We've got Orbs of Winter this game. So I'm seeing Usk, and I'm seeing Wu Jian. So, decision time. Which do we want? We've got our pick. Okay, so I've just taken a step away to do a little bit of research. And it turns out that Wu Jian is probably the correct pick here, and I'll tell you why. First, Usk. So Usk requires some engagement before it gets up and running. You don't have anything until you actually engage the enemy. And it's that space of time, that window, where Stabber is the weakest. Once you get engaged with the enemy, assuming that they're asleep, confused, etc., you have the upper hand. But when you first engage them until you actually get to their position, Usk is offline, and that's when you're the weakest. Wu Jian, on the other hand, used to not work with Rampage, but I'm being told now does. So instead of Rampage canceling out Wu Jian's martial attacks, it now stacks with them. So Stampede, or rather Rampage, will move one space, and then the Lunge will move the other space. So now we can lunge from 2 spaces away instead of just 1 with Wu Jian. And that will also couple with our South Wind. So every time we Rampage, we get more stealth. And then every time we stab an enemy, we get a free move. Right? Let's read exactly. Your next Rampage movement is instant. So not any movement. It's not quite like Serpent Slash, but it's like half as good as Serpent Slash. If it's a Rampage movement, it's free. Plus you have Serpent Slash, right? So I think overall, Wu Jian is definitely the right way to go. And anyway, if it works, it's going to be super good, I expect. So let's try. Immediately we can get our lunge. So we've got a lunge from 2 spaces, I believe. You can't go down here. How many times have I done that? Many, many. I also just want to look quickly. Yeah, 88% if I put this on. And our stealth would get worse as well, of course. So we're not going to do that. We're currently training hexes to cause fear online. I could look at swiftness, though with Wu Jian we probably don't need it, or pass wall, which I do like the thought of. Okay, let's go find some enemies and try the lunge attack. Staff of Cold in case we need cold res. Okay, so we got the lunge. So now we're stampeded as well. So now we have Tailwind. So apparently I didn't get the stab because the confusion went off, so I didn't get Tailwind. So then I had to hit it again to get a stab to get Tailwind. Okay, that all makes sense. All right, new floor. Actually, first, I remembered we have a shop. And we've got some money. Let's go use our money. So we're going to pull Identify first. We've got Fear online, so I'm going to... This is a stronger Fear. The scroll is stronger than the spell. It's like 100% spell power Fear, I believe. Let's identify Fog and then pick up another teleportation since we've used so many of them already, unfortunately. And we'll try to identify something good. Ambrosia, that's acceptable. Where was I? D5? All right, going down. Okay, let's try to sleep this guy. We get it? Stab, stab. And then rampage, rampage. Stab, stab, stab. And stab. Yeah, the double lunge. You just saw it there. So you might want to replay that in slow-mo. But every one of those was a stab, and most of them were free steps. I'd have to go back and look exactly how many of those were free steps, but that felt amazing. Okay. Best play here. I could go here, here, or here, here. Let's see. Got a random spectator. Let's go to... Oh, I can't go there, so I got to go here. Stab? Nice. Hex is to 7. Okay, let's get that short blade going. We'll just take it up to 5 for the time being. Already at 0.8. Yeah, we'll go ahead and set to 10 for short blades, I think. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. Let's find heal wounds. No mutation? Okay. All right, let's see if we can get the jump on this guy. Eustachio, you say? Stab? Nice. Hey, leather armor of willpower. That's a nice pickup. How bad is this for us? Not bad at all. Kind of takes cause fear into a bad position, but it gives us 1.6 armor. Let's put it on. I like a little bit of early willpower, that's for sure. We've got, oh my god, Mephetic Cloud, what a pickup. Okay, Conjuration, Alchemy, Air. We have good air. So we're gonna go G, Short Blades is a 5, and we're gonna get Meph Cloud online ASAP. So we're gonna take Air Magic up to about 3 at least, and we'll go from there. Okay, get the double movement and stab. Now the question is, what do I do about this guy? Well, let's see. 57. How much damage do you do? 39. 39 ain't great. I've got a blink scroll. I could also throwing net to get a stab. It didn't work. Nice. Got to sleep on him. Haste. It's pretty good. Might. Okay. Steam Dragon is scary. Stab. Let's see, what's the play? Like that. Air Magic to 3 already. Okay. So the cost on Air Magic is 2.8 at this point versus 1.2 on Conj, and Alchemy is 1.4. So we'll go get that to 1, and we'll get Alchemy to 1. And then Spellcasting, I've gone to level 9. So are we getting Int or are we getting Dex? I think we're getting Dex at this point, despite trying to get spells online. I think that's the play, because we're only going to be using low-level spells, lowish level, the whole game basically. So, okay, it's almost online. Let's keep it going. Armor, Rending Blade. Where are you going, pal? Gotcha. Okay, both those went up. Let's do a little bit of spellcasting so I have more mana. It is more expensive to do that, but it's probably the way. Down we go. The roar of battle, you say? What do you got? Throwing nets, probably? Yep. Let's see here. That was not the way to move. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna bail on this fight, I think. I've got Tailwind, and I could actually... No, I only go to here. So I could go... 2 Kumas? No, we're gonna bail. With that throwing net situation, we'll just go somewhere else. Trog. Ring of Evasion, that's a good pickup. Evasion is kind of what we're doing here. There we are. Okay. So we've got Stampede. I don't have Fly or anything like that. They don't have weapons. Okay. That worked fine. In we go. It's the big guy, and unfortunately, he has these open tiles, which means he's going to wake up eventually. We've got enough spell levels for Mephetic Cloud. Let's go ahead and learn that. Stab. He moved the wrong way. That's unfortunate. He keeps moving the wrong way for me to get those stabs in. Okay. Let's see. Boomerangs. It's whatever. Ooh, big guy. Gotta watch out for him. Let's pull this direction. Okay. Tukuma's Dance, maybe? 39? No. No. Okay, let's see. I could cause fear. I could also throwing net. How much damage does he do? 30. Okay, we've got the whirlwind attack as well. 33%. So I guess it's confusing touch. So I think I'm going to try net him because that will give us a stab. Wow, did not work. Okay. Well, shoot. I've only got 3 mana here. I'm going to haste. And then what are we doing? Fear? 49 and 80? That's not great. I could Datura. Really, what I want to do is get his weapon out of his hand, but boy, that feels bad. I just don't have enough utility here. Or mana, for that matter. Let's see. I certainly don't want to walk this way because there's going to be more enemies up there. There's an XP pot in here. I could just bail on this, realistically. Sure wish I had that net. Still only got 4 mana. Do I dance him and then leave if it doesn't work? Oh, I got it. He still does 20 damage, though. Ensorcelled is 33. I'm still fast. Spellcasting to 4. Do we get more fighting here, actually? No. We really, really need to get Mephetic Cloud online, I think. So Air Magic is 2.8, which is the same as Alchemy. Let's get Conjurations up. It's the cheapest. Get that up to 2. Cool. And then we'll get Air Magic up to 4. Good enough. And now Fighting will go up to 3. Meth is still at 26. Okay. So what are we doing? Alchemy to 2. Okay, well that was suboptimal, but it only cost us 1 haste potion. So in some sense, it could have been worse. Okay, these guys shout. None of them have weapons, interestingly. Okay, Dagger of Venom doing some work here, that's for sure. Right, okay. So I can Stampede. Stampede. Wu Jian got the double shot on him. Unfortunately, one of these guys woke up. So I guess we'll just pull him back. 58% chance. Come on, game. There we go. Good stuff so far. He even had heavy armor on. Okay, air magic it is, up to 5. 21%. Lots of scrolls here. All right, so we do not have an invis pot, for example. We do have 3 blinkings, 2 teleports, fogs, 21% on Meth Cloud. Boy, he's still just sitting there waiting on us. Let's see if we can pull him. Okay, let's see how much damage he actually does. 44 with Battle Cry. No poison immunity. There's an Invispot and a Evocable down there. So we could haste for this. Yeah, we've also got Blink. I wonder if we want to pull him around, actually. Because I could try to Tukuma's Dance when he's across the water. $24. Got it. Holy cow. Okay. What about Ensorcelled? 19? What about Net? Okay. Poison? Triple poisoned? Let's see, he's got to go across the water now. 69% chance to hit. What's his base damage? 27. I could Meth Cloud. Boy, I don't feel very good about that, to be honest. Double failure. And I got poisoned. Do we step? Got him. Nice. The lunge damage, baby. So good. Okay. Let's get Meth more online with Conjurations. Right, that one on up. We'll get Fighting on up to 3, and at the same time we'll do Alchemy to 3. Okay, and then Air Magic to 6. And Short Blades after that, I think. Oh, we could also get Armor online. 13%, that's pretty good. What do you have? +3 Battle Axe and whatever. Cool, good rewards. Didn't cost me much. 1 haste pot is what it cost me. Battle Axe of Venom, that's curious. If we wanted to go into Wu Jian of axes, that could be interesting at some point. Okay, we're at 85% to level 10, so I'm going to level up first, actually. Bees, oh no. We don't have any poison resist, do we? Okay, let's go somewhere else, shall we? Oof. Okay, meth. Got it. Lunge, stab, stab, stab. Now, unfortunately, I'm trapped in here because I lunged over my poison. So I could cause fear. Yep, it worked. This guy here is a bit scary. So I could probably kill this one, but I've got an invisible guy that's afraid. These guys are all afraid. I've got the sleeper. Let's use this right here, I think. Then we'll kill this guy. No, that didn't work very well at all, did it? 58%. Chance to sleep? Unknown. So it's either 66. Cool, got there. Short sword of draining ain't bad. Short sword of protection isn't bad either. So I have Tailwind. This is a free move. He was invisible. I have no mana. Sweet. Man, that was quite fun. Felt quite strong, I have to say. Where are we at? Short blades almost up to 6. We're drained a bit actually. 69 max health. Probably want more spell casting, don't we? We'll just take that up to 6. Then we'll go spell casting. A bear, you say? So let's see. I can't hit him from this angle, so I need to hit him from here-ish. Nice, level 10. Already got a cold staff. All right. Did not get the stab I was looking for. Let's confuse these guys. Nice. Dude, Meth Cloud plus Stabber is very good. Very good. It's what I used on my Kobold Stabber as well for most of the game. Right, the bees. We'll just go somewhere else. Wand of Warping, nice, and Blink Scrolls, very good. I have no resists yet. Pretty wild. Boy, this is a bad angle on this guy as well. Got him though. Short blades up to 6. Okay, I think we're going to leave the bees alone probably and just dive. Oof. I was really hoping to get a stab in there. Stab. Now, of course, I can't go that way and stab, unfortunately. I need poison resist really badly. There we go. Okay, what's your chance to confuse? 11 plus invis. I can sleep you for 51. Hmm. That's a bit awkward. Let's see. Poison? Stab? Retreat until that guy becomes visible again, I think. Right. Okay. Nice. So I rampaged towards this guy and I got the whirlwind stab off on the guy beside him. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Cool. Felt experience, so that's how I knew I got him. Necromancy in case I need negative energy res. Lair, looks like. Now, unfortunately, I can't get in there and stab. It's pretty awkward. Oof. That's not what I wanted. Because he's so fast. 51%. Oh, I forgot to use my experience as well. Shoot. So I could confusing. What does fear look like? 66. Good enough for me. Drink experience. No, that's not what we want. Let's see. Let's go into. Oh, you can't do that? Huh, I thought I could limit it a little bit better. Okay, let's get armor actually. Armor up to 4. Okay. So spell casting will go to 6. And then, oh, I messed up there. Shoot. This has gone to 10. I believe it's 5.4 that we want there. Okay, and I reached level 11. That was a little wonky. That was not the plan, but it'll work. We're fine. 10% on these. There we go. The old snake coming in. I'll confusing touch, and then I'm going to try to ensorcelled. Ooh, now we got that guy coming. 59% chance. Okay. So we will try to two Kumas. We got him. Nice. Now, of course, there's always going to be more of those guys. Sweet. Got there. Confusing touch does work. Ooh, there's toxic radiance as well. Good pickup. Swiftness is online if I wanted it. Sublimation of blood isn't bad. That's a good pickup for when you get caught out of line and need more mana. Alchemy is at -2. I think we want Radiance, probably. Just for, some kind of AoE across the entire screen seems really good. I said Swiftness also seems very good. Let's go kill this frog real quick. Yep. Just do basic attacks. That seems fine. Bear. Sweet. Still got Confusing Touch. See if we can get it on this guy. Nice. And now we pick up my favorite Spore Talisman. This is really good with Wu Jian. I used it on the last game when I was a stabber, and it was fantastic. There's Gales, and there's Mystic Blast as well. Wowzers. All the options, huh? Okay. Well, I like Swiftness on the stealth build. What's the sound on this? Quiet. So you can do it silently almost. And then I got a little conjuration already, so a bit of translocations doing Mystic Blast into Dispersal seems really good here to get the Rampage up and running over and over. The thing is that you'll have to rely on Confusion stabs rather than Sleep stabs with this. Dispersal as well is nice. A lot of good spells here. 7 spell levels. I'm going to pick up Swiftness first because it's an escape, it's a engage, it's all sorts of good stuff. And then I think we want to go shapeshifting, to be honest, because this is 8 required, and it melds boots, but it does not meld Bardings, as it turns out. So it's just the offhand that it melds. What is my shapeshifting? -2, not great. Very not great. Boy, I really want it though. Do you go Spore Talisman or do you go Toxic Radiance? The spores, when they blow up, the mushrooms are also silent and AoE. So this is not silent. It's a bit loud, in fact. So you're not doing this to open. You're not doing this to open. It's quite loud. Boy, I think I go Spore Talisman. I've happily got enough stuff to control the battlefield here now. So I think I go Spore Talisman. I'm at 88 max health on D8. So I'd like to get that up a bit higher, but we're doing okay. We've got 5 fighting right now. So yeah, I'm gonna focus that and I'm gonna let daggers keep going. Stab. Ooh, what's the stairway? It's gonna go up to the bees, I betcha. Okay. So let's go meth. Would that stampede me into there? I don't think it would. We'll do that, and then we'll do stab, and then we'll Wu Jian. Nice. Beautiful stuff. Did I say how much I love Wu? So much fun. Oh, that's it for D8 as well. Okay. We have a bunch of scrolls unidentified. Still looking for healing pot too. There's cancellation. Uh-huh. Oof, bees. Okay. Boy, I wish I had poison immunity, huh? Yeah, that's awkward. Because I can't hit him with anything unless I go. Oh, I could wall jump actually. Can I wall jump that? Oh, maybe he'll just walk into me. No walls to jump against. Shoot. Awkward. I could do spear. Oh well, that's even worse. Okay, let's confuse again right here, and we'll go to dagger venom. Yeah, I really need poison resist. It's kind of crazy. Stab, poison. Just keep confusing these guys. No. Confuse, confuse, kill, kill, kill. Confusing touch. Nice. Now where'd Centaur go? Oh, he died. And there's Box of Beasts. Beautiful stuff. We should probably get some evocations online real soon. I've got 2 good evokers. Oh, this is awkward. Got him though. Couldn't get my lunge off. That's why it was awkward. I need more stealth, huh? Okay. We've got a big scary guy coming. What's the play? I have wall jump, but I do not have lash quite yet. Chance is 41%. Let's see. Don't want to get flanked, that's for sure. Just keep miscasting. Okay, there we go. This is a scary floor. I've just got to get a good engage on this guy, and we'll be fine. The Stampede is kind of annoying, mainly because I don't have poison resist, to be fair. Now, where did he go? I just yelled. Yell again. There he is. 41%. Let's confuse him first. Got it. Got it. He destroyed them both. Okay, he has 20 and 15 damage. I do have Serpent Slash online now, so I can get away if need be. Sweet. Okay. A little touch and go there for a minute, but I was never actually in too much danger. And now that I have Serpent Slash online, we're in much better position. Brilliance. Oof. Well, that isn't what you want to see. What about fear? 75? Oh, I miscast. I'm slow and poisoned. 59? Okay, I got the confuse. Shut the door. What a scary floor, huh? It's because I don't have enough stealth, to be honest with you. Let's go stealth to 9, probably. I think we're going to turn short blades off, turn shape-shifting off. Let's get that stealth up. There's a vault here too, which is going to be pretty scary, I imagine. Hmm. Okay. You know, here's where having Olagreb's Toxic Radiance would really be helpful. Because all these guys are weak to poison. Got Box of Beasts. And I got Serpent Slash. Boy, all the enemies here, huh? Ah, the Rampage. Wasted a turn there. Wu Jian making the Rampage not matter so much, at least. Okay, I think there was yet another Hornet. Never mind the Cyclops. Polymorph is good. Okay. There's Cyclops. Meph. He didn't really fall for it. Oh. Okay, got there. And I got the confuse. But he's still hitting me anyway. Jesus. Okay, we got there. Stealth is now at 8. Pick up my throwing net. What else do we have? Just this vault mostly? Hmm. Okay. I mean, that's pretty scary without any resistances. Oof. Boy, if this guy wasn't standing here, I would take this fight. I could Serpent Slash, actually. 1, 2 is the Serpent Slash. And then stab. Stab, stab. It's pretty scary, though. I wish I could have... I don't have any lunges here. If I step in 1, okay, and now go Serpent Slash, I can go step, step for free. So I kill both of these guys. I really want to kill this guy, though. Okay. Serpent Slash, step, and then we're going to rampage step, triple kill. Very nice. It was like a little puzzle to figure out. But with Wu Jian, we got there. So that's stealth to 9. Let's go shapeshifting and just focus on that. Sandblast. Okay. You make sure you wait and get your Serpent Slash back online. Oh, manual shapeshifting? Look at that. Okay, turn shapeshifting off. We're going to go get this. Now the problem is we've got that skeleton in there. Okay. So if I Serpent Slash, I'll go here, free kill, and then I get 1 free rampage, but I can't rampage anywhere. Okay. Now do I Serpent Slash now? Because I can get the free stab, and then stab. It's kind of awkward because you get the free movement after a stab. How does that work with Serpent Slash? I don't actually know. Let's do it. Serpent Slash to stab. Still have Tailwind. Stab. I picked that up. Stab. Nice. Level 12. Confusing Touch. Got him. Nice. Got there. Okay. Pyromania is interesting. Shapeshifting. Great sword of some crazy stuff. Flight. +3 cold resist. I think I'm going to pop that on, to be honest. It's 2 more armor. And then what was this? Crystal plate armor. Dagger of Venom. That Dagger of Venom is better than the one I got on. Chaos, CC, and Strength, but minus Stealth. So this is like taking me out of Stealth altogether. So I don't think we're doing that. We will wield the better Dagger. We will put on Spirit Aralek Regen Dex. Absolutely. That's amazing. Okay, so our defenses are looking a little better now. And I think we want... Do we actually want the Devious Dagger now? Over Venom? I think we do. Ring of Flight. Spore Talisman should come on quickly. Until then... I don't think we want this, right? Because it'll turn our stealth off when that explodes. 23% chance to just explode. I think that's not great. What we really want is a shield. But of course, our Spore Talisman is going to take that offline. Negative 40 HP. 40% rather. That's quite a lot. Okay. Well, this was interesting, wasn't it? Feeling pretty good about this. We've got 5 spell levels. Do we get Sublimation of Blood right now? I would need Necromancy. I don't know. Unfortunately, they woke up. So I think that's it for this vault. Well, that was a rowdy D9, wasn't it? So tell you what, I think we're going to go get a couple more of these scrolls learned. And I have a teleport, right? Yeah, I have 2 teleports right now, actually. So we'll just learn all of these that I don't know. Okay, feeling pretty good about that. And we're going to go dungeon 10. Yeah, I'll take that free stab, thanks. Stab, stab, stab. Nice. Stab, stab, stab. I've got maxed out devious, right? 26 EV, a bunch of slaying. Wow, so good. Just like stepping around him in order to use Wu Jian. So good. I love Wu Jian. It's so good. I can't believe it took me so long to try Wu out in the first place. Gloves? Yes. Another shop. Ooh, we found bad barding. Why? -3 barding? Negative everything. Awful. The lightly used armory. Yeah, okay, thanks. That's what we needed. Lightly used gear. It's more than lightly used, right? They've beaten it up. Okay, conjure. Nice, more warping is always good. A troll, you say? We need to get our spells more online as well. Let's just go for the confuse. Sweet, got there. Okay, pretty well clear this level out, I expect. Ooh, Stardust. Yeah, I think we'll wear that. Because I'm not casting spells to engage. I am casting spells once they're awake, so I think that'll work pretty well. Stab, stab, stab. Good stuff. Thing is, though, I'm going to be wearing this Spore Talisman in about 2 seconds. Negative 20% HP. I'm at 94. Ooh, D11? Yeah, we're not going to do that, actually. Because we have not fallen through the floor yet. So we are going to layer, I believe. Really wish I had some poison res, but it's okay. We're feeling pretty good about it. In we go. I do have cold res. Doesn't matter if he doesn't wake up. Double kill. Nice. More wands. Quicksilver. Boy, I really need evocation online. Oh yeah, Stardust. I cast Confusing Touch and Stardust just whomped him. Hey, there's alchemy if I need poison resist really badly. Okay, let's use Stardust here, yeah? Confuse. I don't know how Stardust is going to pair with this build, to be honest with you. Maybe. Feeling pretty good right now, I can tell you that. Hey, there's enchant armor. Is there anything I want to enchant? Something, right? Cloak of Stealth, probably? Take me up to 15 armor. That's pretty good. Okay, Blink Frogs. Oof. They all woke up. That's not what I wanted. I probably should have Serpent Slash. 50%. Let's confuse. Sweet, that's up, so I can put my shape-shifting stuff on. We're going to get fighting up to 6, and then we're going to get evocations up to 5. Cool, that went pretty well, actually. Distortion and Curare tip darts. Okay. I think maybe I can go this way. And I just need to get to here with Serpent Slash. Nice. Beautiful stuff. Dagger of Distortion. Do I want to put that on? Maybe later. I think probably not yet. I'm liking the Devious brand at this point. Oh, let's Spore Form, shall we? So we're going to lose offhand is all we're losing, and we're getting a bunch of good stuff. Down we go. Swamp Dragon, huh? Okay, so we got Swamp, obviously. And we cleared out the entry zone there pretty easily. Sentinel's mark. Boo. Nobody even came. Okay, one guy did. Meth. Wu Jian. Nice. Yeah, the Wu Jian plus Spore Form. It's going to do very well for us, I expect. Ring of Slaying. Over protection and evasion. Nah, I think I like what I got. Hey, there's heal wounds. About time. Noise, not what we're looking for. What are we looking for? Like weapon enchants would be quite good. Oh, this is awkward. It's less awkward now. Yeah, wow. So Spore Form does make things a little awkward from time to time, but usually it clears that awkwardness right up. Nice. Evocations on up. Okay, let's get spellcasting to about 7 from here. Starting to cruise a little bit more. And I think it's that taking that stealth up to 9 was big. Okay, I'm going to go Serpent Slash here. Step. Oh, so that's interesting. Now with my Stampede plus Spore Form, we'll see how that's going to work. Pro Fire. Okay, well, at least I got Pro Fire in my pocket. Probably not going to wear it at the moment. Lair is not a place where you need Pro Fire very often. When you need it, you really need it, but nice. Just trying to use Wu Jian and Stampede as much as possible. Cool. Spore took out the top snake, and I took out the bottom one. I need to pay attention to what my EV is going up to. I think it's up in the 20s with Devious. Okay, we got a whole horde now. Let's see. Confusing Touch. Spellcasting to 7. Let's do Fighting to 7 as well. 8% on Meph. Okay. What's the play here with all this poison? Plus the 2 clock roaches as well. I think something like that works pretty well. Is this guy immune to poison? No, he's weak to it, in fact. Got one of them. Nice. Block the other one. Okay. Nice. Getting those woo stabs. Okay, so it's Spider. Spider and Swamp. There's Animate Dead. Now that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Animate Dead. If I wanted to go the Allies direction, which wouldn't be terrible. I kind of already have allies with Spore Form, though, honestly. Let's see. Let's get Air Magic up to 7. That's the cheapest for Mech Cloud. Also helps with swiftness. Can you let me stab you, please? Thank you. Beautiful stuff. Okay. This is going pretty smoothly. That was layer 3, going down to layer 4. We have a volcano and we have a ring of fire res. Ooh, Hydra. We didn't get there, unfortunately. He is poison res, so my main thing isn't going to work. Oh, I ensorcelled him. I'm going to Serpent Slash because I've already wasted a move. There we go. Right, okay, so alarm traps here. Distant avalanche. Hard to say where that's going to be. at this stage. Curare tip darts. And he's awake. Ooh, bear. Unfortunately, this guy sees me. Awkward. Serpent Slash. Still got one Serpent Slash. Don't want to use it there, though. Actually, I'm going to use this chance to put in Fire Res instead of evocations. Or evasions, rather. Just keep rampage stabbing. Nice. That worked swimmingly. Let's see. What's next? What's next? Meph's only at 7, so I could get more. Probably Alchemy to eventually get Olagrebs online. 36%. I think that's the play. Probably. Sweet. Thanks for the Curares. Paralysis. Cyan Potion. Let's see what that is. It looks special. Nope. Just Lig. So down here is going to be the volcano. I assume the fire guy came from down here. No? Game, please? Here we go. Double checking. I have fire res. Yep. Get all the stabs. Head on in. Okay. Hopefully this goes okay. What's with all the alarm traps? You gotta wonder. I'm going to Serpent Slash here. Sweet. Good stuff. I'm at 105 health. Short Blades is min-maxed. I could take evocations up higher. I've got great evocations items. I think that's the answer. Take that up to about 7. Flaming. Apparently this place is going to explode periodically. Right on top of me. Do we Serpent Slash again? These guys are weak to poison or susceptible to poison anyway. I've got one more lash. So if I step back, it's free. What's paralysis on this one? Not great. He is weakened. That's what the mushrooms do when they explode. What about fear? 51%? Got there? I still have one lash. I'm going to use it. Like that. Use it aggressively. Nice. Ring mail fire res. Probably not using it, but I'm going to pick it up anyway. Is that the whole level? Weird. This is a map I haven't seen before. Is there a way I can Serpent Slash over this? I think that there is, actually. Because if I go Serpent Slash and go here, they probably don't wake up, but I don't know that. I'm not going to assume that's the case. Oh, wow, that's where all the loot was. Oh, Gadgeteer gloves. Dude, I love these gloves. There's a quick blade down there, too. Yes, please, put those on. Healing, haste, cancel. Cloak of Fire Res after I just upped my stealth 1, and a Quick Blade of Flaming, which we are almost certainly putting on, right? Current attack delay is 1, so you're getting 2 attacks per 1. And we could train it up to 20 eventually. I think that's the play over the Devious. 7 per 0.5, so it's the same number of attacks in one turn. Yeah, I think we use it. So, 2 stealth or 2 fire res. I think we do fire res. And then we put on evasion or slaying. Let's do slaying. See how that goes for a little bit here. Just get more damage, blow things up faster. Seems pretty good. Okay, we're missing barding. Otherwise, looking pretty good overall. Basic res in place. I just need poison res. Gadgeteer gloves is the big pickup here. And the dagger, of course. The quick blade. This thing, though, if you haven't seen these before, wands are more powerful. Your evocable items recharge 30% faster, and wands have a 30% chance to not spend a charge. So very, very good. And we're already leveling that up. Okay. Let's get out of here. That was a good volcano. Pretty easy, too, actually. Storm Talisman in case we want to keep going talismans. I doubt it. Okay, this is Kirki. Do we Serpent Slash, or do I just go with it? Should have Serpent Slashed. Mistakes were made. I could have probably killed this whole squad if I'd done that correctly. Cause Fear. Make mushrooms. Stab Kirky. Nice. It still works because Spore is so good. And Meph Cloud is so good. But I should have played that better. No doubt about it. Okay, let's take Quick Blades up to about 17. I think that's where you hit. I think they brought this down actually to getting 0.5 attack speed at 17 or 18, maybe. I want to check it anyway, so I'm going to put a stop there. And I'm going to get fighting up a little bit more. And we'll just go like that. Awaken armor, more heal wounds. Okay, so here's where we use Serpent Slash, no doubt about it. And Rampage, nice. Hey, Poison Resist, Ring Mail. 7 encumbrance rating. Is that just a take? I lose Cold Resist. I feel like it is. Get a bunch of armor. Lost a bit of evasion. 11% here. Let's turn short blades off for a moment. Armor is a 0 aptitude, so let's take it up to 8. Okay, going down. There's slime with nobody defending it, as it turns out. I do have our lack, actually. I don't have anything to do damage over water, though. Some basic throwing. Let's see, is there anything to enchant? Probably not. I'm probably going to wait and see if I find anything good here, loot-wise. What zone is this? I'm not immediately familiar with this. Ooh, I miscast and he hurt me. Staff of Air, and I'm full on items. How about that? Got all kinds of junk. I don't even know if I need that, but I already have Arlek on an amulet, but I guess I might take that off at some point. Okay, everybody woke up. Meth clouds at 11. Let's pull back. We don't need the electric eel hitting us at this stage. Stab, stab. Confuse. Wu Jian. Confuse. Okay, now we're just trying to make as many mushrooms as we can. And we're using Wu Jian to do it. Okay, and that's why, because they explode and it's beautiful. Mushrooms. Confusing touch. Oh yeah, I have poison resist now. Oh, this is beautiful. Now we can do some wonky stuff inside our meth cloud. Okay. So far, so good, huh? Feeling great, actually. Robe of Willpower will pick that up. The old conjurer didn't see me there for too long on his part. Okay, armor up. So let's get what's cheapest. Conjurations to 4. Ooh, Summoner. Did not see him coming. Confuse? Stab? Nice. Got another Summoner. Confuse? Yep, we got him. Wu Jian? Step into my confusion cloud, please. There's a buckler. Probably want that at some point. Yeah, so basically with the Spore Talisman, you can see what I'm doing is I'm just using it to sort of manipulate their movements and then spread AoE damage. Okay, I got Summoner in there, which is a little bit awkward. Cause Fear did nothing. Confusion. Okay, now we're in a bit of a pickle. I'm going to take fighting up to 9, I think, for more health. Because the old caster decided to summon a bunch of death yaks. Can we one-shot him? Nice. We have empowered wands after all. Okay, what do we get? Heal wounds. Arbalist of Hubris. I think not. Yeah, the daze plus weakness on shrooms, never mind the damage. It just feels really, really nice. Especially with Wu Jian, you can attack and make mushrooms at the same time. Confuse. Dream Sheep, you say? They're weak to poison, right? Wand of Mind Burst, nice. Where are those Dream Sheep at? Surely there wasn't just one wandering around. That's not how they work. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to find them at the worst possible time. Is this a trap? Certainly feels like one, but it wasn't? Okay. That feels like it should have been harder, to be honest. We'll pick this up. Okay, I think that's Volts 5. Layer 5, rather. Old Grave's at 41. Do I want that? I mean, kind of. Kind of I do. But right now I probably ought to get more hexes or spellcasting. Um, let's get spellcasting. Let's take it on up to about 9. Okay, so we're feeling pretty good. Let's go check out D11. Couple little vault looking areas here. Double stab, nice. Oof. I just need one more turn to stab. Yeah, lots of these little... Oh, they're arrows. Okay, so there's going to be a nice shop about here, looks like. Not a shop. Loot. Behind a diggable wall, and I do not have anything to dig just yet. It's interesting, though. Okay, this is going to be orc. Stab, stab. Oh, that wasn't a stab, I don't think. Carrying an orc bow, you say? 61% chance. Got it? Nice. Okay, Swamp Dragon. There's V's electric charge. I could see using that. Battle Axe of Distortion. Yeah, I'll take that to have 2 distortion items in case I need to flee to the abyss with a moment's notice. You could switch back and forth and get there faster. I have Aralac. Is this the shop? Oh no. It's just a shop. Book of Lightning. There's Plasma Beam. I have 3 Books of Lightnings even. Eel Talisman is 12? Yeah, min 12. I don't have any no, I'm not doing this, right? Do have enough for the lightning rod actually, and then manual of air magic as well. Fascinating. I think we get lightning rod here. Just like the more rechargeable evocables, the better. Given that I have these gloves. Gadget here. They recharge 30% faster. And I want to say they're stronger, right? Wands are certainly stronger. No, these just recharge faster. Wands are more powerful. And then we've got 7 evocations right now. So that is pretty sweet. Yeah, 3 of them here, plus 1 on the mirror. Got to be using that more often. Yet more blinkings. We're up to 7 blinking scrolls. It's so good. Regen Dex C++ over our poison. Well, For now, yeah. AC's at 16, going down to 15, but the castability is better for sure. How much better? Unclear. Didn't pay enough attention to that. Confusing touch. I know where you are when my spores tell me where you are. Gotcha. The spores may as well say detect invisible. Meth a couple times. Oh, now I'm not poison resist again. Awkward. Miss target. Okay, pack of centaurs, no trouble. Another spore talisman. I was hoping it was enchanted. Womp womp. There's a glowing buckler, glowing robe, troll leather. Interesting. I might just. Do I want to buy this buckler? See what it is, see if it's worth switching to? Buckler of protection +2. Not yet. Not yet. Okay, well, D11 feels like a good time. We've done Lair. Feels like a good time to wrap up early Dungeon Matters. So I hope you enjoyed that. Give me your thoughts on what you think about it. That was my second stabber ever to this point. At this stage, who knows if I win or lose, but I'm assuming I'm going to win at this stage. I'm feeling quite good about it. And I'm going to give you some highlights from the rest of the game after this point. So stay tuned. Let's move into the late dungeon and talk about how this build functions. So here we are on D15. I'm going to step up, activate Serpent Slash to get a free move, Serpent Slash for one free move, and then we're just using Rampage plus Lunge, which is 2 movement spaces to get the stabs. So here's another puzzle in Orc. Serpent Slash first, we get the stabs, and now each stab is giving us one more free Rampage. That's the Southern Wind working on our Centaur here. And so you can see I'm just trying to figure out how can I kill the most enemies with free moves, free stabs. Only Rampages count before they wake up. And now as soon as I stop rampaging and getting free moves, the spores are going to start exploding, waking everybody up. And now I'm going to summon Rending Blade. And now with one step, you can see half the screen cleared out. The downside is that now that I've expended my stabs, I basically have 2 options here. I can either pull out or I can activate Wu Jian's ultimate ability. I decide to pull out. Here it is again, a little bit different demonstration. This is zoning with the spores. So I can box my enemies in, block line of sight from casters, right? Partition the fight off basically, and daze enemies so that I can deal with them one-on-one. So that's kind of the standard approach that I use in the mid game. Here we are in Spider, and just demonstrating that we're doing the same thing basically through the S branches. So Serpent Slash to get free move. We get that stab, we get another free move with the Tailwind, and now I'm just trying to get the dash stabs as much as I can. Here I run out of moves, so I do still have Tailwind, but I don't have any free moves. So we take 2 steps, everything stays asleep, that was chance-based, and now we start stabbing again, and all of those are free, guaranteed moves. Now, in situations like I was in Orc previously, you could probably consider that I should have used Wu Jian's Heavenly Storm ability, and I wasn't using it as much early in this game as I probably should have. I'll talk more about that shortly. But you see here how I get the Serpent Slash into a kill on one unique, see another one around the corner, use a free step from the Serpent Slash, get a stab off, it doesn't one-shot him, and now I'm all of a sudden doing a lot less damage than I was when I was stabbing. You know, the sleep stabs are like more than 10x your base damage on those stabs, so it's huge. And when the enemies wake up, you do a lot less damage all of a sudden. So you got to have an answer for that. Here's a little strange entryway or vault into Swamp. but you kind of just pick your battles with this. So I have enough stealth that most of the enemies there stayed asleep despite the explosions, which is crazy. And I kind of just, you know, kept rampaging, kept stabbing, and got out of that area. Serpent Slash was enough, right? You could have alternatively activated Heavenly Storm and just went to town and cleared the whole floor. I think that's totally viable. And the Wu Jian piety does come back fast enough that that's an option at this point in the game about every other floor probably. So if you have a sketchy floor entrance like this or like the um Orc 2 floor I had earlier, you can just use it. You're going to get a bunch of piety back on that floor and then the next floor and then maybe after that you could use it again if you wanted to. So I would encourage players, use it more often than you maybe feel like you should. This is my second Wujian game really, and I sort of am learning that later in the game that I should be doing that myself. So vaults was pretty tricky. I went to vaults after the first ruin, bailed out after 2 floors, and now I'm back in it. And we come up to a really nice um, dance floor here. So I'm going to Serpent's Lash to get a free move. And then we're just going to dash around, getting stabs. I'm going to get stabbed here on the dummy, which is kind of funny, just so that I can sleep stab everybody. And the one enemy that was awake from the beginning, I just kind of left him go because he doesn't make noise. I just moved around him with my free steps, right? It can't do anything while I'm getting those free dashes and the stabs. That's the benefit of the Southern Wind. It's a payoff, not an enabler, as Draco Omega was saying in chat earlier today. And boy, does it ever pay off when it works. So here in Elf, this is after 2 ruins and before depths. I'm using some summonings. So I've got my snake here, which is hexes and summoning, and then I've got the Forgecraft Alistair's Alembic, which is alchemy and Forgecraft. And I'm using those along with Mephitic Cloud to get stabs, and then summons just to kind of crowd control, block line of sight, just get some damage from range, basically. So here we've got a Banisher, and now we've got a ranged elf. So we're trying to get those summons up front and then trying to confuse. Mixed results there. But the Wu Jian lunge does give you bonus damage. So even if you're not getting a stab, getting that lunge is pretty good. The other thing I wanted to point out from earlier, I did pick up those Gadgeteer gloves. And so here we're going to show off how good evocables are. I only have 9 evocations. So I could have leveled that up a little more, but with the Gadgeteer gloves, you can cast those evocations more often. And I'm using both here, a mirror and the box of beasts, and kind of encircling these relatively dangerous enemies, these blade masters, because they're pretty hard to hit. I only have like a 30% chance to hit them with most things. And so just getting allies in there so that I'm not taking damage while the hit calculations are being done, right? That's more advantageous and much more in my general play style, I would say. You can see I'm working on short blades here. 16.7 with a quick blade is okay. It's like, what is that? Probably 0.8 attack delay. And we're aiming for 20 eventually. It's going to take me almost all game to actually get that up to 20, but I do eventually get there. And I think it's worth it. So anyway, we clear out that section of Elf, and then we get into the main chamber here. And I'm using Meph Cloud to confuse, and then we're going to use Evocables again here. So Meph Cloud plus Ignite Poison plus OTR, right? So I was leaning heavily into Alchemy at this stage, getting those explosions. Poison in general is very good against elves. And then I've kind of run low on mana and other magics, so I start using Evocables. We're going to use the Condenser Vein here, which is quite good as well. And yeah, Ignite Poison does quite a lot of work. So this was kind of the last hurrah of the alchemy and clouds and things like that. From here on, I'm going to have to figure out something a little more powerful than that as we go into depths. Great for elf though. So here we are in depths, and I've been having a lot of trouble in depths 1 and 2. I've been trying to get Rending Blade to work. You saw it work a little bit here and there. There's been some Reddit posts about how good it is on Wujian players and stabbers and so on. And I think it's okay. It might be overhyped a little bit. I got it to work, like I say, here and there, but it's only 2 dice of damage. It is attacking like up to 3 times per turn based on how fast you attack, which is good. But not having any mana, I think, isn't a necessarily fair or even trade-off. So we're just trying here to get those Wu Jian stabs, get the Rending Blade to dash through and get kills. And of course, we've got our snake and we've got our robot helping us. And you can see this fight is going on longer than it really should have, I think. The Rending Blade has disappeared now. We've got our mana back, but I'm still in the fight, right? These enemies are still alive. And so even with a quick blade, almost maxed out, not quite, it's still not getting the job done. And so that's kind of what I was finding in Depths 1 and to this point in Depths 2. And it's worth pointing out that I have not used Heavenly Storm in this game yet, which is a misplay. No question about it. Should have been using it earlier. So here I'm just trying to, for some reason, just use the lower Wu Jian abilities, the Serpent Slash and so on. And it's no longer cutting it, long story short. So I'm not in any forms right now or anything like that, just the quick blade. And I'm debating, what do I do? The obvious answer, and I keep saying it, is use Heavenly Storm. So here we go. We instantly get 5 Slay and 5 EV, and then every martial attack that you do with Wu Jian boosts that by 1 up to 15. So we're already at 12 now, 12 Slay, 12 EV. And your quick blade is hitting multiple times per step per martial attack, and every one of those gets Slay. It's crazy. So I've hasted here, and now we're just kind of moving back and forth. It's become a dance floor, right? I'm no longer doing direct attacks almost ever. Once in a while, I do a couple, but mostly I'm just taking these whirlwind sidesteps. I'm using the lunge, and you can see the fight is clearing up way faster than it was before. And I'm still at 6 pips of piety here, gaining piety, mind you, while I fight. And so the trick here is that you just got to keep moving, keep doing martial attacks every chance you get. The lunge counts, right? And then the sidestep, that's 2. So I'm at 14. I got a pack down here. We're just going to keep going. I'm going to try Rending Blade again. Obviously, I'm getting all these slaying steps in, and it's doing some work. Is it amazing? Not really, right? Like, it's okay, but the quick blade and the slaying is what's doing most of the work by far. So here we are getting ready for Abyss. I do have 2 pips of basic regen. I don't really need mana regen on this character. You can see short blades at 18, fighting at 15, stealth at 12. So I stopped leveling stealth kind of mid-game-ish and left it a little bit low for a stabber. And I'm working on shapeshifting to get blade form online. Talk a lot more about that later. But we're going in 12 stealth, I think, is the meaningful number here to keep in mind. And this is Abyss 4, so I should be getting, what is it? It's like 1.6 or something enemies per 5 turns, right? It's guaranteed 1, and then there's a chance of a second one every 5 turns. So look how many steps I'm taking here, right? How much time I'm spending. And you might ask, where are the enemies? And my answer to you is, a little bit of stealth goes a long way in the Abyss. I mean, just look how easy this is. Just cruising Abyss 4, no trouble. Eventually, we're going to get ported here. There we go. Abyssal Ruin detected. Off to the side. We got an exit as well. So, if I were to stay in this region, spoiler, I'm not going to, this would be great because I could just back out of after getting Ruin and escape. What's going to happen here is that we're going to spend a little too much time fighting, getting distracted, and we're going to port away, be forcibly ported away. So what you want to notice here are these sparkly star tiles on the floor. They're generally pointing towards the door, right? And so if you see this area that I'm standing in, when I clear my map here, there's none to the south. They're only going north. And so that tells you the entryway is to the north. Okay, we got ported against my will. You see stars kind of pointing upward. We find the door and stars going in. This is the orange statue room. So we're going to pop haste. These things drain mana. And what I'm going to check here in just a second is, do they see invisible? Because I do have invisibility pots. Invisibility is very good with stabbing. They do unfortunately see invisible. And they summon allies. They drain your mana, right? So we don't want them to see us. One option is fog. Of course, Heavenly Storm is even better fog. So we turn that on. And we're just going to cruise through here. So we are fast. We are flying. Those are both notable things. And we're already at 10 heavenly, 11, and we're just dancing, right? This is a dance floor kind of play style with Wu Jian, and I really enjoy it. I find this fun, and I wish I would have thought to use Heavenly Storm more often earlier in the game. That's my big takeaway from this second stabber game that I'm playing is use this often, right? So grab the Rune, pop the teleport scroll, standard practice, and then we just kind of slay our way out of here. This the rampage into stampede works very well in heavily storm as well, right? If you get grouped up on a little too much, you just keep pushing your way out, and it's a fantastic combo. The 2-space lunge helps get those heavenly stacks up and keep them up. It's a pretty good combo, I have to say, with the new Centaur here and the Southern Wind and all that. Now, would I use Southern Wind in the future over the other winds like the Mage Wind or the Melee Wind? I think that's up for debate. I'll talk about that more in a moment. Here we are in the Vestibule of Hell. I tried to get a stab on Greyron. I did. It didn't kill him though, which is probably good because he was over the water and he would have dropped his item in the water. So I decided, well, I've got all these sleeping gargoyles on here, over here. Let's see if we can do some work. I get teleported with a malevolent force and it's fine. We just keep cruising. All these are free steps, right? The fog is helping me because enemies don't wake up when you can't see them. So we just keep moving, keep stabbing. Tailwind comes up. That means free dash into stab. So we can't quite get there. I decided to go ahead and step. I waited a turn for the fog to clear up so I could get that stab. And we basically get every gargoyle here for free. You know, there are a few steps in there that were not free, but you got to remember with the Southern Wind, you're boosting your stealth by 50%. And so just continuing to move kept that stealth up. Very fun stuff. Here's Zot 5. So Zot 5, I have now Blade Form online. That's at 18, or is it 17? Yeah, it's 17 skill in shapeshifting. And that gives me 2 auxiliary attacks at 60% chance to trigger. Plus, I have the Centaur's hoof attack, which has a 50%-ish, I believe, chance to attack. And that's per base attack, right? So with Quick Blades, I'm at this point getting 4 attacks per 10 odds if I just stand there and attack. Or if I step, right? I'm getting, if I sidestep and whirlwind, I get 4 total attacks per 1 unit of time. You can look up the stats on that. I'm having a little trouble explaining it, but the idea is that for every step with Wu Jian, you attack an equivalent number of times if you're parallel to an enemy. So we're going to get all of those, 4 per turn chances for all those auxiliary attacks to also hit, which is going to be nutty, right? So I've just drunk Might, I've got Haste, and we're going to go to town here. So Might gives you an extra dice of 8, I believe, 1d8 on your damage. We got all those auxiliary attacks. We got our plus, well, it should be 6 quick blade. I'm currently corroded, so it's a +2 quick blade, whatever, doesn't matter. And the blade form also gives you parrying, which keep an eye on my shielding here because it's about to go nutty as well. That parrying ability, I believe, must stack. And it gets up to like 40 or something. So there it's at 26, EV climbing as I get more heavenly stacks. Okay, I lost some shielding there. So it's only when you attack, I think, and then it gives you shielding for the next turn or something like that. So we're up to 27. We'll just keep an eye on it, kind of. And all of these attacks, for the most part, are going to be Wu Jian based martial attacks. So they're all movement based attacks. You can assume, therefore, that most of them are going to be 4 attacks per movement, per enemy that you're close to, right? So when you're sidestepping alongside 2 enemies like this, if I step diagonally, that's 4 attacks on each of them and all the auxiliary attacks and so on. So we're up to 34 shield now, 15 heavenly, which boosts our EV and our slay. And I'm forgetting one key factor here that can boost my slay even more. I'll point it out when it happens, but it's going to boost it even higher through the roof. So we want to stay away from that alarm trap is what I'm doing. And I do have triple pips of cold resistance, one of which came from a mutation pot. that I took. So we're not too scared of the orbs. I'm more afraid of the clowns and um, like this red draconian scorcher, for example. So we just want to stay hasted. I turned on fugue there, so that's the other thing is I had fugue, and when you get this stacked up to 7 stacks, that's 7 slaying plus it does damage in an AOE on top of the might, the haste, the blade attacks, the auxiliaries, right? This is a crazy amount of AoE damage output right now. And we're just cruising. I'm at 41 shield, 26 EV, and we're right at the Tesseract. We're going to take some basic attacks. We kill it in 2. And yeah, that's basically Zot 5. Pretty easy. What spells did I use? I used Fugue, which is a level 4 spell, I believe. I used V's Electric Charge once or twice, which is level 4, I believe. And the highest skills I had all game were level 5 skills, my summons. For the most part, I used level 3 spells and level 4 spells, and never really felt like I could get higher level spells online while also wanting to keep my quick blade leveling, my fighting only ever got to like 19, I think, and I leveled that up from 15 here in Zot. Um, and the shape shifting, right? I went shape shifting instead of spell casting for the blade form, and I think probably worth realistically. Like once I started using Heavenly Storm more often, the blade form paid dividends like crazy. And I already had some shape shifting from earlier using Spore form, which was also very good, right? Spore form carried mid game pretty handily. So I highly recommend that on your stabbers as well. So going to 8 shape shifting for Spore form into 17 shape shifting for blade felt fine, and that's on a -2 app. So if you have a class that's better at shapeshifting, that could be a very good path for stabbers or Wu Jian characters in general. Like an axe wielder of Wu Jian would like that blade form just fine, right? Your minotaurs, your hill orcs, or whatever. Mountain dwarfs, I guess they're called now. Look at this, 3 orbs of winter. This is the sketchiest time point that I had in Zot 5 here. So Blink doesn't work so well with Wujian's Heavenly Storm, that's for sure. But the thing is that I'm still fast and I have very good cold resist. So I'm just being careful. I'm taking it nice and slow. But we're going to be fine because we hit for a ton of damage. And so, I'm keeping an eye on the Zot trap just south of me. And there's a bunch of net traps which kind of get hidden in the yellow smoke here. So those are the most dangerous things on the map, realistically. Once I get to 90 health, I start using Serpent Slash, which gets quite a lot of damage out there. You can see these things are dying, in 1 to 2 hits, basically. That last Orb of Winter being the most difficult fight or the most difficult enemy. For some reason, I just couldn't hit it, right? Whatever. But 15 Heavenly stacks, pretty good. All these defenses, all of which are like temporary buffs, right? Which come from Blade Form or the Heavenly Storm. So I like this build. Very strong. It had a tough early game, right? That early game start on this uh, Anemocentaur is pretty hard. And the Enchanter start is also pretty difficult, right? Until you get Confusing Touch really online. So you're in for a challenge in the beginning of this game until you get Wu Jian online, which is very strong, couples very well with Rampage. And I highly recommend trying it. Um, it's pretty good. Now, which wind would I go for in the future? I went with South Wind, which is specifically for stabbers. I played around a little bit with the Caster Wind early on when I was leveling hexes, and it felt good too, actually. It empowers your spells, it gives you some mana back when it triggers. And so if you wanted to go heavier into hexes and maybe use a rapier instead of a quick blade, so you keep your short blades at 14, your stealth at 12 to 14, maybe, and you rely on Sphinx Sisters, Mephetic Cloud, and Enfeeble, say, to get your stabs. I think you'd be pretty happy. Oh, and Confusing Touch, can't forget that. That thing's good all game long. That would be totally viable. And then you would use the spellcasting wind and feel pretty good about that, I think. On this character, which was less a spellcaster, more of a melee dude, the stabber wind was fine, but I kind of think the melee wind might have been better just to get all that healing. Like it's an abundant amount of healing. And I could have used it, right? I had 2 pips of regen this game and still felt a little squishy, largely because I had leather armor on plus deformed body from the species. So, your mileage may vary. You're not going to get 2 pips of regen on most of these characters. And so maybe you want the Northwind. I don't know. I am also seeing people use ranged on this Centaur class, and the ranged wind is very strong with Dimensional Bullseye plus Salvo has an immense amount of single target damage, plus the AoE from the Salvo. So I'm interested to try that one next. I think you would have a very good time going in that direction as well. So, long story short, I enjoy this character. It's very cool addition. I like it better than the last rendition of the Centaur. So, I'll keep playing around with it. Hope you do too. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.